Was good. Back with episode 8 of the VlogPod. I love my formal greetings. I'm gonna take this off just because of interference with my beautiful her.
Yes, you need those hair follicle. You need that hair follicles to be.
So I had a pretty good day.
A pretty good day.
Yep, and it started when I got home.
Okay.
Well, I got cussed out at a store because apparently I parked the work truck in front of this dude at Walgreens, and he was like, he got his, hey, you blocking the way there, causing trouble. And I'm like, all right, so I get in the van and move it. And then as I'm walking into the store, he it's like he had something else to say to me. And I'm like, dude, I gotta work. Like, you're not paying my bills. It's not you're not paying you're not giving me a check or nothing. Like, your opinion doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in. He just seemed like he was upset because I didn't let him say what he wanted to say. And I'm like, all right. A white dude just out of nowhere. And I'm like, so then I went to go jump onto this Apple laptop, I guess it was. And the lady thanked me. She's like, yeah, I guess somebody dropped off another one to her, and they left it on the front porch. And I knocked on the door and waited for her to answer. And I was like, well, I kind of can't leave technically unless you don't answer. Like, we knocked 3 times, and then we usually leave the door tag. Like, I can't technically leave until after I've knocked, and you're not getting a response. So you're welcome, I guess. But yeah, Tori's like, hey, how's your day? It'll be good as soon as I get off work. And I told him, even when I was at work, because they're like, so I heard that you're not I was gonna be here long term. I said, no, I give it about 2 years. That's it. I'm not looking to make a career out of this. This is to get me to my next goal. I want to my next goal, and I have my finances or what I need. I'm gone. I didn't get this job for a career. I have a career. That's what I have the Air Force for. This is to have a cash flow outside of the Air Force so I can pay my credit card down and get my credit score up to obtain a loan to get a house. This is not for me to spend 20, 25 years on. No. I am not going to be an employee past 30. No. So my supervisor was like, yes, I heard you're not gonna be here long. I said, I'll give you 2 years. 2 years and cool. It's like, hey, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I was like, yeah. And anybody else that asked me, because I was asked 3 times and I told them the same three. Same thing all 3 times. I'll be here for about a year or two, and I might deal with muchacho. Said,
Mm.
And we're talking about the pay and all that, and my supervisor basically said that out of a lot of the new hires, I so far am the most ambitious. And he said, you seem like you get things done and you know what you're doing, and you're not scared to ask questions. And I'm like, well, if I don't know something, the only logical thing to do is ask, And if I gotta ask you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to get to finally understand Saturday, then that's what I do. But I'd rather do that than stand around and look stupid, like, oh, duh. you know, like I'm still learning, I'm still adapting, and I'm still figuring out how to do things. So, I'm gonna ask questions, and yeah, they're asking me that. Even in who was it? I think Tori's stepmom asked me the same thing, and her friend is, oh, how you work? How you like work? I don't. I don't like working for someone else. So they're not here. They're not. And their response was like, oh, really? I said, no, I'm not. I am working for someone else. I am not working for the money to come straight to me. I am working to get paid, to have taxes taken out so that somebody else can, you know, take care of business. I am not an employer. I am an employee. Once I become the employer, oh, You asked me to, how you doing at 3 o'clock in the morning? Oh, let's check my bank account. Oh, I just made $300 million. Ooh, I'm feeling good. Hold on, let me check my employees. Y'all good? Oh, yeah, my accountants. Yeah, they be hiring my 6 more people today. I'm off feeling great. But that's just what mine is. I do not have a problem jumping with that. And their responses is very hilarious because I've got no choice. So I would rather be home with my wife and kids. That's how my day is. That's how work is. That's how my day is going. I'd rather be home with my wife and kids with passive income. And it just cracks me up to see the repetitive reactions that I receive when I tell people this, because they're expecting me under 30 to, oh, you have a job in the mindset of 60s to 80s, maybe. And in mindset of that, talking to a millennial, expectation is I'm asking you about, work, thinking you're gonna say, oh yeah, I'm liking it, and I'm meeting new people, and I'm networking, and I'm having fun.
So,
And but
so have you read the book Cash Flow Quadrant?
I will.
Are you an I? Are you E, I, B, or S?
I am a I and a S.
Okay. Where's the I?
I is independent.
Okay. That's in that equation. So there's the E, employee. There is the S, which is a self-employed high income earner. That would be like doctors, lawyers. Then there's the small business owner and a large business owner. Well, if I use the I, there's investor and then business owner. Your way of thinking is I'm not going to I'm going to throw fire on that wood. I'm going to throw wood on that fire, because if all the people who have, Zuckerberg has a company and people work for him, correct?
Right.
Henry Ford, no education, Bill.
Okay. So that was right. Actually, I'm gonna add the B onto that.
What's that?
So I did say I was an I, and I was an S, and I'm a B. So I'm I, S, and B. I ain't
Okay.
no E.
What's that?
So I'm not an E. I'm an I, S, and B.
Okay. Well, no, my thing is this, is that I currently, yes, people ask me who I work for. Yes, I work for DPI. That is the platform or the ladder. I'm an investor. I invest in a lot of different things, real estate. I'm currently looking. So what takes care of my current situation is that, where am I going? I got 2 years. My boys be gone. I will not be here. I'll be in Bora Bora with my hair down here. What does he say? You can take it easy or you can make it easy. So what's the first question there, man with the reddish hair?
It's fading. I'm waiting for it to fade. I'm kind of getting over the reddish. Like right here, black. I'm so ready for it to just go back to
Why
black.
don't you grab a Mark 5 and take it off?
Yeah, see, I'd rather just naturally. I'm not trying to like I'm getting my taper. my right here, cut that down, and my back, and get my taper.
So you try to look as much non-Air Force as you can being in the Air Force.
I try to defy the odds um, within the rules without having to be accountable for it. So, technically speaking, when I got my nose pierced, uh, they were implementing transparent spaces. But I just found out that the only transparent spaces they're implementing was for male earrings. So I am technically out of rigs with this. So I took it out. Yeah.
This is not when you got it.
When I read it, I said, okay, transparent spaces. I went down and said, ear holes. I said, okay. All right. So then what I did is I went and got the transparent one. I put that one in, and it still ain't work. So I took it out for one of my honor guard things, but I put it back in because it almost closed up. But and then the hair, apparently it was I got a 16 colors too bright. It was supposed to be like a burgundy. Which I'm like, if I'm gonna dye it, I'm gonna dye. I ain't gonna sit there half-assed it. I'm gonna dye it.
You youngsters.
If I'm gonna go blonde, I'm gonna go blonde. I ain't gonna go teal or yellow or white. I'm gonna go blonde. But yeah, and so yeah, so all right. So the first one is Super Bowl performance.
Was that Super Bowl performance?
Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, there's two quarterbacks. One team lost, one team had, Aaron Donald got his ring finally. Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Halftime show.
There's a bunch of old people on stage. 50 Cent got fat shamed. They got pissed off because Eminem took a knee. People can't enjoy a good show because that was a bomb show. I mean,
that was a fire show. Oh, and apparently they told Eminem before he went out he couldn't take a knee.
What's that?
They told Eminem before they went out. They told him he could not take a knee. And he still, yeah, he was told before he went out there he couldn't take a knee, and he still took the knee for at least like the end of Lose Yourself into the national anthem.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's look at this. Dre, the start of gangster rap, F the police. They're not going to listen to a dang on thing you tell them to do.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody wanted them to play F the police. They're like, please play Fuck the Police, please. And they didn't do it.
They couldn't. How could they play that?
They just let Snoop throw the biggest Crip and Crip side in the world and have 50 gangbangers Crip walking. That would be even better.
No. Without NWA, Dre could not play that song. If Ice Cube would have been there, they could have. Rant, he cannot play that song because there is no other member of NWA but him. Correct? Even though he might own the rights to it.
Is the license like is he? Let me see if his license to him.
No, he can't play that. No, because Ice Cube, I gotta do that.
Ice Cube comes out in the beginning. Okay, that makes sense.
He has to have Ice Cube there to do that.
But yeah, so.
Well, okay. So you tell Eminem he can't do something. So obviously, you guys haven't listened to any of his freaking music
No.
because he's going to do exactly what he said he can't do, and he's going to have a big freaking audience, and he's going to spark stuff. I'm looking, I'm on my phone, and I'm getting these things. Dre and Eminem. Dre talking about this. The I'm like, it's a halftime show. Everybody wants to turn to some big brouhaha. He took a knee. Why did he knee? Ask him. Don't speculate. Dial 1-800-Eminem and say, why did you take a knee? And if he's an artist expressing his art, you can't say a darn thing.
And I mean, like, yeah, like it's Eminem. Like, I mean, like,
how controversial has this dude been?
Forever.
And you say, don't take a knee. You know he's going to.
And I mean, a long knee. Like, he was down there for like a good minute.
He was praying, all right?
He was down there for.
He was called on a power Jesus.
Oh, good.
And people, he took a knee. Well, here's the thing. Why did he take the knee?
People must not have heard his video to Trump.
What was that?
So people must not have heard his video to Trump or anything of that matter during the presidency. They must have not heard. He don't care. Like it's one thing for Eminem to be who he is, but for the second, like he's expressed even in his music, like George Floyd and like the riots and all that stuff. Like he's expressed all that. And so it's like if you've not listened to Eminem and you're saying why are you taking me, like you need to within I would say the last 2 years listen to some of his music.
So question for you. So if Lil Wayne was doing was there and he took a knee, would there be a difference?
Yes.
Why is that?
So they would still ask.
They wouldn't ask shit.
No, you're good. They would still ask. It's just when it comes to Wayne, because of the skin color, there's gonna be a difference. M because he's a naturally defiant artist, regardless. It's like okay, a white boy who's been hanging around black people all his life.
Okay, so then we got a black boy who got pardoned by Trump.
And that's exactly why, because they're gonna use that.
He got pardoned by Trump for a gun charge that should have led him behind for how long?
Yeah, and they're gonna use that. That's exactly what they're gonna use to.
And it's like this. Okay, so he's taking a knee. If you don't ask him why, and that's the thing, everybody is speculating why he took the knee. Ask him, why'd you do that? Colin Kaepernick took a knee. Everybody knows why he did that. There's no smoke and mirrors. I took it for this reason.
Oh no! There are some people who are what do you call them? They're in the Nile River. Because I when that situation happened, I was even asked by relatives and friends why he took the knee. Me. I said, come again? Why did Colin Kaepernick take the knee? So he's discretion to fire. I said,
ask him.
I said, you obviously are not looking at the big picture. So it's not about the flag. Everybody thought it was about the flag. They asked me, I think my pastor asked me, like, well, Colin Kaepernick took a knee. How do you feel about that? I'm like, that wasn't because of the flag, but all right. If you want to know, I'll tell you, but that's not what.
Okay. What's the next question? We'll be on this.
But no, so yeah, that one, and then Kendrick's part was I like Kendrick's part when he came out. I was expecting those songs. So that was cool.
No. The show was good. It was great. I mean, having 50 Cent pop in.
Yeah, that was. I kind of get. I was like, when I thought about it, and I saw lineup, I said, you know, I think because it's like you have Dre, you have Kendrick, you have Anderson .Paak, and then I said, 50 might come out. And I saw him, I said, I had a feeling he might, because M signed him. Like, I had a feeling he was gonna be there.
But you know what? You know, it was a show. Of course, they're gonna talk about it. I didn't see any boobs. No boob malfunctions. No one's so you have to pick on somebody taking a knee, and you have no reason why. Have you asked Eminem why'd you take a knee?
No, that's what the millennials are calling the streets.
What's that?
So the millennials and the Gen Zs are calling Twitter and social media the streets. It's who they go to. So instead of me confronting the bully head on, I'm gonna talk to all the bully's friends and have a community instead of talking to the bully, the street. That's what they call it now. So instead of saying, hey, going to Twitter or Facebook and DM me and then like, hey, why you do that? They have a community called the streets, Twitter, social media, where they go on and forums. So everybody just goes back and forth and back and forth and back. Oh, why you think he did this? Why you think he did that? Why you think he did this? That is their way of confronting but not confronting the problem. Because you need something to talk about.
I don't.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so when you swipe right, that means you're done with that topic, or do you swipe left for that?
Well, there's no more swiping. It's you either block or you block or you kick them out.
Okay. Next question.
So yeah, no, I thought it was really good, and I hope that I am waiting to see. Besides 50 coming out, that being amazing, just like the performance and everything, and I really think that after that there has to be more, like somebody else comes out, and I was thinking like you got this one was Dr. Dre and Snoop. What would the next one be? Has to be somebody of the same caliber.
For the Super Bowl?
Maybe you could do Michael Bolton, do Elton John.
And this is for what now?
Super Bowl for that time show. Like if they play Rocket Man at the halftime show next year for Super Bowl, I'm gonna cry. That's my song. Rocket Man. So if they have Elton John,
Rocket Man. Okay.
If they haven't played Rocket Man at the halftime show next year, like that's everybody putting up lighters and stuff. Like Rocket Man has that would not be bad. And I'm thinking like on the same level type of musicians. Like if you have one musician that's really good, do a couple songs. Elton John do a Rocket Man, maybe a couple of other songs, or Michael Bolton doing a couple songs. Like you have somebody of that caliber, Bon Jovi, Willie Nelson, whoever, but somebody of that caliber do a couple. But you have to have somebody on that caliber because this was such a good one that I don't think that next year they can downsize the acts like that artist that they have. So I feel like it would have to be somebody of another high caliber to do for that next year.
Okay, so here's what happened. So with this halftime show, they went old school. They went.
Obviously, because it's in LA too, so.
So they went back because Dre doesn't do this at all.
Oh, no.
So they popped out somebody who. So if it was like they want to do the same thing, that would be interesting because to figure out what genre music that you want to go with, right? If you go, if I have Jermaine Dupri because because he has older people, but as you look at it, everybody wants me because of the genre and what Dr. Dre did in that community and in that sense.
There we go.
What's that?
I was looking for a couple 2 other songs for Elton John. I just found it.
No, Elton John's a legend. I'm not even going to get it.
If they did, he does Rocket Man, Tiny Dancer, and I'm Still Standing. They could do those 3. And you don't really see Elton John like he's not out there like that either. Like he's
dude. How many commercials have you seen him in?
I'm saying he's in commercials, but I'm talking like that's the main thing you see.
Okay, what audience are you trying to capture?
I'm saying just a general audience. Mm-hmm. Dre and Snoop. Snoop is one of the most known hip hop artists in the world. Sure. So a general audience will be captivated. If you're talking about Elton John, a general audience will be captivated. Elton John is he's amazing. So if you're doing what they did, a song or 2 apiece, Elton John does those 3. I'm Still Standing, Rocket Man, and Tiny Dancer. For halftime for next year, that's all he has. That's 3 songs. He's good.
No, I would not have a problem with Elton John. No, Elton John is Elton John is he's a legend. He's a legend.
Or Willie Nelson or Bruce Springsteen, just like somebody of that caliber, like any one of those in 2 or 3 songs.
Oh, see, I would love to have, to say the truth, if you would have funny, I would like to have George Strait, Metallica.
There we go. Metallica's fire.
George Strait, Metallica, and Kid Rock. That would be Kid Rock.
What songs would you have? What songs would you have them do?
What's that?
What songs would you have each do?
I would have them collaborate. I'm not a musician.
Oh, so you.
I know what I'm going to be a cowboy. I mean, and that's what Kid Rock is known for. But Kid Rock has done so much music. Right. Let Metallica, them 3 come up with the songs that they want to play. I mean, because everyone knows Enter Sandman because Metallica is.
Oh yeah, Sandman. Oh yeah.
But I wouldn't tell them play. No, you guys come up with a show.
Oh, and throwing Carl Santana.
Then now you bring in the Fugees because I gotta hear some money.
Like Metallica. So you have what talks about hard rock?
Yeah,
hard rock with Carl Santana's guitar. Oh,
because Carlos, you tell me, what I love about Carlos Santana?
Magic fingers.
So I was getting a tattoo one day. This has been about 10, 15 years ago in White Center. And as I'm getting my tattoo, and I'm getting my stomach tattooed, the tattoo artist kept going through stations. Do you know every daggone station she turned to was a collaboration with Santana? He went, the Fugees, Maria, okay, boop, boop. Rob Thomas. Think about it. If you look up Santana, and that year, how many awards did he win because he collabed with the top artists at that time?
See, that's one of the things that what was it? One of the artists I like right now, that's one of the things he's doing is he'll drop his album, but he'll be on he'll feature on everybody, like kind of Lil Wayne. feature on everybody's song. So no matter who what artist you listen to, what song or album that is on at the time, they're featured on that. Lil Wayne, the same thing, like that, like how you say that, yeah. Every time, Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, same thing, yeah.
Well, his thing is, here's the thing about it. Carlos doesn't speak.
Nah.
He plays guitar. And everything all the music he did, only thing he said, that's all he said, right?
Right.
He played his guitar, and the guitar could be Spanish, English. All he did was he played his instrument, but it covered a bunch of genres. So right now, you talk about play Carlos Santana, and you're like, how many times have you been to call me? I'm like, Maria, Maria, because yeah. You know, hey, Wyclef, it's gonna be, it's gonna have the bass. Go to the Harlem. Yes.
Definitely, yes. That's a good choice. So Santana, Metallica, Kid Rock, and George Strait.
That's just an eclectic band that I like. There's a lot of different people out there. They pick who they're going to pick, and that's fine. My thing is just the fact that going old school, because usually they go to the new cats, or the newer cats.
I mean, Bruno Mars did it for like 5 years.
Was that
Bruno Mars?
Yes.
Yeah, he did it like 5 years straight, I think.
Okay. Okay. I generally don't watch the halftime show.
I don't either unless they got somebody good.
Halftime show is to expel and replenish.
Right.
Oh, can I speak freely?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I'm going to the bathroom and relieving myself. Grabbing some more chips, and then I'm.
But see, and then that's why I like Jay-Z being a part of the entertainment, because now it's not just something that is on and you're like, okay, now you're actually watching the game to watch the halftime show as well. So sure. I like the fact that there's now more attention is being paid on not just the game, but also the show, what acts can play what music, and all that stuff.
Understood.
So I didn't add this in here, so I'm gonna do a quick second on this, but I don't know if you watched the All-Star game or not, basketball.
Okay.
But they did the 75 all-time greats.
I was in the gym and I thought I saw something about that.
Yes. They did a lot of the old school players, and then they had Kawhi, they had Damian Lillard, Carmelo Anthony, obviously LeBron, Chris Paul, and I think that was about it for the new. Oh, and then Kobe. They put Kobe on. Then they put Kobe and then Michael Jordan as the last one, but they put So after that it was Kobe and then MJ.
Okay. Well. Okay.
And it was interesting because I was like, as soon as they called the next person out, in my head I'm thinking all the accolades and accomplishments, and when I'm listening to them then basically talk about each person and their what they did to earn that spot. Most of them weren't even NBA champions. They were like all-stars or two-time all-stars or league MVP, something like most of them didn't have a ring, but they either went to a whole bunch of playoffs or they went to a whole bunch of all-star games, like things like that. And I'm like, that is really interesting.
How far did it go back?
The 1920s.
So who's the first person they talked about?
They talked about
Okay,
it.
who's the first few people?
They brought up.
Russell,
They brought
Walton,
up Walton. They brought up Bill Russell,
Russell
Pete
Russell.
Pete Maravich, Jerry West, John Stockton. Oh, actually, I sign it.
Okay, because we talk about, so remember you talk about the early ones, right?
Okay, so they did Kareem, Ray Allen, Carmelo, Nate Archibald, Paul Arizin, Charles Barkley, Rick
Okay.
Barry, Elgin Baylor, Dave Bing, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain, Bob Cousy, Dave Collins, Bill Cunningham, Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis.
So
Dave,
so hold on. So they put no disrespect. So they put a Kobe above who?
so they don't.
Are they ranked or just named?
So right now they're just with the list I'm looking at, they're just named.
Okay. Because if they rank them, I would
Oh
have
yeah, no, I'd have a problem with that too. No, it's
nah.
it's just name. So yeah, and then they have so Seth Curry, AD, Dave DeBuscher, just DeBusch, Craig Jexer, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Julius Irving, Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, Kevin Garnett, George Gervin, Hal Greer, James Harden, John Havlicek, uh, Elvin Hayes, Allen Iverson, LeBron James, Magic, Sam Jones, Michael Jordan, Jason Kidd, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Jerry Lucas, Karl Malone, Moses Malone, Pete Maravich, Bob McAdoo, Kevin McHale, George Mikan, Reggie Miller, Earl Monroe, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq, Robert Parrish, Chris Paul, Gary Payton, Bob Pettit, Paul Pierce, Scottie Pippen, Willis Reed, Oscar Robertson, David Robinson, Dennis Rodman, Bill Russell, Dolph Shays, I think I'm saying it right, Bill Sharman, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Nate Thurman, Wes Unseld, Dwayne Wade, Bill Walton, Jerry West, Russell Westbrook, Lenny Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins, and James Worthy. That was the 75 day.
I didn't did they mention a split web?
They did not.
But they mentioned and I lost one. Hawks, not Spud Webb. Dominic Wilkins.
Yes, yeah, Dominique Wilkins, and then James Worthy.
Muggsy Bogues.
No,
Detlef Shrimp. Sean Kemp.
nope.
Clyde Drexler.
Yes,
Clyde Drexler's there.
Drexler's after Dave Bashir.
Okay. Reggie Miller, obviously.
Reggie Miller, yeah,
Fred Brown's not there.
nope,
And I showed you Fred Brown last week.
yeah,
Yeah, Fred Brown and Reggie Miller, obviously.
right,
He would have more passes for. So, okay.
yeah.
I get it. But it's like this. Let's give honor where honor is due. And people aren't gonna like me for this comment. How tall was Spell Webb?
5'6",
Was that?
5'6".
And did he dunk a football? Did he dunk a basketball?
Yes.
Did he win a dunk contest?
Yes.
Yes. How tall? How tall is his vertical? Your mind's going, yeah.
42 inches.
42 inches. Everybody talked. So this dude is how tall?
Yeah.
And he's able to elevate and dunk a basketball. He was overshadowed because Dominic Wilkins was a hawk. And one day, Dominic threw the ball, he just went up, and he just was like, he kept going, and he kept going, and he was 5'7".
They have, let's see.
Everybody's 6'5" or over. Why are you worried about it?
So they go back to the first four players who played in the first NBA All-Star game in 51. And then they do the 55-56 season. Okay, so they go four players who played in the first NBA game in 51. Paul Reason, Bob Cousy, George Mick, and Dolph Shays. The first
Okay,
winner.
but you know how much the game has changed in that time?
Oh, yeah.
Dunking on someone was very disrespectful. And if you walk up to dunk, they'd knock your knees out.
Right.
So they didn't dunk. They did a lot of set shots. They did, I'm going to lay it off the glass. They did not actually dunk. When was the first dunk actually done?
I don't know. They have to look up.
Was that?
That's another thing I have to look up. Uh, 1944.
Was that?
1944.
And if we have video of that dunk, it ain't going to be the. It's going to be. Oh. Is there a video?
No, they just have the. Let's see.
No, I'm glad everybody got honored. Everybody that was there deserves it. You know what? I, like everybody else, wish we could have seen, Kobe retire of natural causes, because he was only getting better.
Yeah, when I saw his name up there, after doing anything, I started tearing up. I started tearing up by clapping. I was like, that's all I could do.
Well, the thing I would give to Kobe. Who did he play for?
Lakers.
How long?
20.
So many players, and I'm going to say it. How many people get asked to get traded to get better?
Right.
I want that ring. I want this, right? And, when the brouhaha, when LeBron wanted to leave this team to go to this team, this team to go to this team, this team to go to this team. Kobe put 20 years, which is a career, into the Lakers. Only team we played for. I'll give him, because he stuck with his, him and Shaq, good, had their, that's not my business. But he was a great player. And I just wish that we could have watched him play a lot more basketball.
Yeah.
Because I think he would have, if he was still here, I think he would have elevated a tad bit more, because the drive that he had, because he had the same drive that Jordan had, and he's going to make everybody run. I would just love to see him say, I'm going to be a coach. Because who would want to play for Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
right now, you think about it. If he was still here, who would pick in their teams? Goes what? LeBron's team and Steph Curry's team, right?
Right.
Who would they become? No,
Durant.
Durant. So you got LeBron and Kobe. Who's right now? If Kobe was still playing, who would be the top three player, top four players?
Kobe, LeBron, Durant, Steph.
And if we divide it up, coach, so we got what? If Kobe was still here, will LeBron be in LA?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's still be in LA.
Really?
Well, because he was there. He came before Kurt retired.
Yeah.
So I think he was still been there. But I don't think that the so I think the team that was there for the championship would have been there. But I think that this team this year wouldn't have been the way it was. They when they got Westbrook, Alex Caruso would have been traded. A lot of the trades and stuff that were made, I don't think they would have happened.
Oh, I got 15 minutes because I got to be up at 2:30 in the morning.
Definitely. But yeah,
so what's the next subject?
So the last one is how do you plan your dinners?
How do I plan my dinners?
So as in family dinners, so how are you versus Avery decide what to eat during the week? If it's, Taco Tuesdays and Pizza Fridays and Burger Monday, how do you go into planning that in? And do you switch that as a variety? Like, how's that done?
Okay, well, for me, I don't cook during the week. And the reason for that is because I'm off on the weekends. I like to do low and slow. The ribs, the salmon, everything that's gonna be there. I have, before my son left to go to boot camp, he's gone, but I don't cook during the week. Why? They didn't know how to cook. The only way for them to know how to cook is, I ain't talking about ramen or mac and cheese. I'm talking about making a meal. Right now, Curtis, he's my grill master. He'll throw stuff on the grill because Avery still hasn't got to the point where he's comfortable grilling, which I got to get him comfortable because I don't cook in my house. I cook out on my grill. I have there's one guy who has red hair, tucked into getting a daggum Blackstone grill and griddle, and I love that thing. I mean, I don't cook in the house anymore. So we planned out, and so I went to the store and got enough food. I'm like, what do you guys want? I want this. We already got it. We got it. I mean, if you guys gonna do something that's like the other day, we went to Costco and got those boxed hash browns. Well, Curtis made hash browns and bacon on the grill. Okay, cool. Avery, I'll make some noodles. I'm like, dude, we have food. So they're 16. So, I let them do what they're going to do. I just make sure I have it here. But during the week, no, I'm not cooking. For me, I cook enough food on Saturday and Sunday to last until Wednesday. But generally, whatever I cook, they don't want.
Okay.
Man, stop doing that. So, yeah. So right now, I'm going to. Oh, question. So, have you got from our previous things?
Uh-huh.
Have there been any comments, things that people want us to talk about, or any new topics? If not, that's cool.
So far, one reason I switched to this podcast, I got one comment basically to diversify the topics.
Okay.
So that's why I kind of went from Super Bowl to basketball to food. So it's like something different. So, one is investing, the other one is how do you pick out your outfits for the week to where do you go to hike at? Just different.
Okay. So just diversify with that. Okay, cool.
So far that was the only thing. The other ones are just not knowing. Well, my dad didn't know I'd been doing YouTube for 9 years. He was like, 9 years of YouTube. I was like, oh, I didn't even know I've been on this thing for 9 years. Oh, all right, cool, all right. But yes, not a lot of people knowing that I'm doing YouTube or wondering like who I'm talking to and like what kind of topics I'm doing or like editing stuff like that. I have people asking me how to do videos and stuff. So just little stuff like that. But nothing negative. So probably everybody's been watching it.
Well, cool. Yeah, because today is the 23rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have to. Well, I'm enjoying the platform. I'm enjoying that I get to share whatever I can, to bring value because you don't know what people don't know or what they want to hear about. And and I get to hang out and talk to my oldest nephew that I know about. And we can sit back and hang out. So I enjoy this time. Don't want to go further? We'll see. And as topics come in or whatnot, I would love to know what people would like to hear or what they'd like us to discuss. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no subject out of bounds. People say don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion, don't talk about this. Well, if you have a question that you'd like me and TJ to discuss, please let us know. That way we can research because, hey, I know he doesn't want to sound like he doesn't know what he's talking about, but I definitely don't want him to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's our way of giving back and to enrich the people who are listening. All right, am I a guru? Not at all. I'm just some guy behind helping my nephew to expand his horizons, and he's helping me because this is something I didn't think I'd be doing last year. So thank you for all those who do tune in and do watch. Please give us some feedback. Let us know if it's helping you. If it's asinine and you're like, holy crap, I'm not watching this again. If that's the case, tell us how we can improve. We need your help to make this be better. That was my public service announcement.
That was totally fun. That was a good outro. So yeah, we'll go ahead and stop it and go from there. So again, it's episode 7, and yeah.